So I broke my fast about an hour or two, about 40 hours in, an hour or two right after my video ended yesterday. Had little under 2 pounds of ribeye, delicious. Slept great. Slept until like 10 this morning, 9:30 this morning. Slept great though. Just slept very well. Woke up, ate a little food, took some caffeine, lay down. Got up, drank some tea, took some Adderall, lay down again, kind of let the food digest. Got up, went for a walk, meditated, did some work, went for another walk, meditated, did some work, and now day's coming to an end. I'm just going to keep on drinking lots of water and staying hydrated. I took sleep minerals throughout the day. Water is so important. Vitamin D throughout the day. Probably need to make my own vitamin D supplement and call them and see what theirs is made of. Looking to get to bed fairly early tonight so I can get up early tomorrow and kind of stay in this nice circadian cycle. I'm feeling good, sleeping well, kind of tired right now. Just like doing a lot of work, thinking a lot, meditating a lot. Took some CBD. Looking forward to winding down. But the work today was basically planning out the next year's worth of business projects. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like because a lot of it's contingent on how other things go, and a lot of it's stuff I haven't really done before at this scale, but excuse me, it's all pretty good. It's all pretty good. It's all laid out there. Basically, I'm planning just launching the supplements. They're not currently commercially available yet. You can't buy them on the website yet, but they'll be up soon. Planning really the way I'm going to sell all the supplements to greatest effect, because I mean I've only ever sold supplements through eBay, through retailing them on eBay, so like other people's supplements. And I guess I've sold sleep minerals. Sleep minerals is sold well. I guess they'll just sell, I'll just put them up and they'll sell but I feel this need to make this whole contingency plan so I can make certain that they sell. So that's a very interesting element of business. But I think it'll be far easier. I'm predicting it'll be far easier to sell the supplements at scale than to sell the course. That's why I made the course free, the insomnia course, because I was going to try to sell that to try to get the Week to Warrior mission funded. Because that's what I've realized. The Week to Warrior company is really very much about the vision, and I'm trying to get this vision self-funding and funding itself, and it's quite a challenge. But it is and it isn't. I don't really know until this stuff is up and listed. And it's interesting. It feels like setting out on a ship for its maiden voyage. Like I'm looking at the supplements. I have everything planned, but I don't quite know. I'm like, is this going to sell immediately? Is this going to sell slowly? Like, how exactly is this going to go? And I don't really care because I have a whole line of personal care products planned out that I know will sell. Like, I know everything's going to sell at the end of the day. I know it. So I have this plan laid out for making sure it all sells inevitably. The personal care products can be listed on Amazon forever. They're not required to be manufactured in any specific facilities. So those can be listed on Amazon forever. And the problem with that is simply like minimum orders. Like, I don't have $200,000 to start this. I have $40,000, $50,000 to start this at this stage. Well, though potentially more than that. I mean, there's a lot of business opportunities going around ultimately. This is my most favorite. This is my most favorite business opportunity because this will afford me the ability to continue researching health, fitness, and high performance, continue looking and developing like enzyme supplements, probiotic supplements, simply continuing to for me to live my own life to the highest degree possible and then make products from that. So and then ultimately from there implement a Henry Ford style business. So hire very, very talented people, give them large amounts of money, have them do their absolute best work to make the company as good as possible, reward them in proportion to how well they do that, and continue growing the company. Ultimately, it's a real desire that I have in the near future to just grow this thing because I think that it's a great idea, and I ultimately think that if you're not pursuing, I mean, ultimately, I need something that's going to allow me to continue researching insomnia and trying to figure out how to keep my own health as optimal as possible while I'm developing products. I think that is just simply the best use of my agency for the most possible return. So, putting myself in this position where I can use that agency to continue researching this stuff, continue manufacturing this stuff, is manufacturing high quality products without additives, without toxic stuff, things that are actually like of the highest quality. Like what's the actual ratio of things that you need, making more specialty products. Like right now, these supplements I'm releasing, these are all what I take myself, but even myself, I make like a magnesium blend that has taurine, that has other mineral compounds in it that aid the absorption of magnesium. So a lot of the time, that's actually preferable to just taking straight magnesium glycinate, especially if I'm not just like, I need magnesium glycinate right now. Like there's gradients to mixing these things. I want to make multivitamins. I want to ultimately get into food production, just ensure the highest quality food production with the most vitamins and minerals in the food, high quality fat in the food. Like I want to make really fatty grass-fed organic ribeyes affordable. Like that would be a great goal. Organ meats, basically eventually buy up farmland and like dedicate resources towards the more efficient production of food at higher quality. That would be like a probably 20-year, within my 20-year plan would be actually get into food production and outsourcing or scaling to food production, getting a local gym in the area, like in the New Hampshire area, creating like my own little gym, my own little cold plunge sauna, steam room, all this stuff just available. Like once I have a facility, I could potentially, I want to figure out how to like use half the facility for manufacturing, half the facility for like a gym, just to like better serve the community and myself selfishly, because I want that. I want to ultimately get into advocating for legal nootropics, get into I guess like really I don't really want to change things as much at the state level, because trying to change how healthcare works, I believe, would be very difficult. And I don't know. I mean, that's a bit beyond my focus right now, but in terms of like what effect I want to have, I want to identify the most underserved areas of health, fitness, and high performance, which is like quality supplements, quality personal care products. Um, there's a little bit of a growing market, but I want to develop on that. Like I want to make quality, like air fryers free of forever chemicals that people can use forever. I want to make the highest quality foods. I want to take the supplement sourcing to the absolute highest level. possible and test that and run these experiments myself. I think also spreading information, really just trying to have the greatest possible impact on the most people. Right now, to me, that's supplements. I think I could refine the supplement game forever, but ultimately, I don't really know where the vision stops. I don't think the vision does stop. I think transportation is absolutely huge for what Ford did for transportation. I ultimately want to try to scale on helping people be healthy, fit, and high performing, make a lot of money for it. Like, basically, I want to help people make a lot of money without sacrificing their health and fitness and being able to raise a family to do the same at the same time. That's really what I want to enable people to do. And if I can make my company the way that people do that, then I will have succeeded. So it might ultimately just start with the supplements and then continue using the supplements as a way to get into housing, where I basically provide the highest quality housing that'll make sure you live like mold free. But I don't really know. I mean, I don't really know what I would do beyond that point at this point, but I think that that's like enough of a place to start. And supplements are massively underutilized. They're not really understood. They contain these chemicals. They're not really optimal. And there's a lot of really the problem is just pretty simple. It's just that you can't find the majority of supplement brands only have maybe one or two, if this. So like pretty much none of them have additive-free supplements. No cellulose, no hypermellulose, no rice flour, no like cornstarch, maltodextrin, cross-carmellulose, dyes, d-alpha trisopherol. Like that doesn't really exist on the market. So I'm scratching my own itch with this product, and I think that that's the best way to go about business, because I legitimately can't get by without the products that I produce myself. So I'm betting that other people will find them equally helpful. So in addition to doing that, I'm like, how else can I be of service with the information that I've learned? And I'm really very much a strong believer in productizing. Like kombucha would be a product I would get behind manufacturing. Really like highly quality sourced fermented enzymes and probiotics that were like distilled, made available for people who are doing elimination diets, made ready for people who are doing who have cancer, who are trying to like really rehab their health in serious ways, like very strong food derived enzyme and probiotic supplements, personal care products that don't contain aluminum, fragrance, toxic stuff that'll cause hair loss. Like this hair gel I make myself, it's like awesome for my hair. Like other hair gels and things that I've used just feel toxic. I get a headache, I get woozy. So I can provide a higher quality product. I understand that people who buy hair gel would love to try different hair gel. I remember like when I bought hair products, I would just be like, ooh, I'll try this one, because nothing really did it for me until I made this, and I'm just very satisfied with what I make myself. I think other people would be too, so I put that out there. I want to make my own magnesium lotion that works as well as could possibly be, and optimize that, see if there's, because I like magnesium lotion, but it kind of makes me feel like a little gritty. It's a little like, it feels a little like there's like something on my leg, so make something that solves that niche. Sunscreen, there's pretty good sunscreen that I bought, but just make my own sunscreen because people probably buy it, and then I can just put my packaging on it, put my literature in with that, send that to people, educate people. And really, I want the online presence to be there as a way of educating people and It's I think this is the way of modern business though, because ultimately there's platforms now, there's technology that allows me to speak to thousands of people a day through video. Where if I wanted to speak to thousands of people a day as a salesperson, it just strictly wasn't possible. I'd have to like get a booth at a convention and travel the country. If I wanted to send 1,000 messages, that's very difficult to spend all day searching for people. But the YouTube algorithm simply does that for me. So that's something that is very powerful. But then you run into the problem of like, what do you talk about, and not wanting to stick yourself into just one category, because I don't really know what the limit to the category that I'm interested in is. I just know that it's very, very useful, and I feel like I can communicate that utility immediately through products. So these products, very, very useful. They make foods, ultimately get into proprietary syntheses for very high-end supplement blends. Probably doubly invest in real estate just to like back it, but I'd ultimately want to grow to some sort of a pharmaceutical company, and then probably invest research into, I'd probably just keep diversifying because I'm a very creative person. That's what would make me feel the most free to focus on what I thought the area of the maximum growth or maximum good. Because if I'm just running the thing as a pharmaceutical company, then I want to find that my pharmaceuticals, my treatments are the best so that I can get them approved, and then I can have people consuming my stuff. So there becomes an inherent bias in it where I really just want the entire purpose of the organization to be the maximum utility of everyone working in the organization through health, fitness, and high performance optimization through the systems. Because overworked, undernourished employees who develop chronic health issues and rely on drugs to get through the day do not make for strong workers or creative workers. And ultimately, I believe that I can use the systems at hand to find the most creative, hardworking people and put them to work in a productive environment where I can create the most change for people across the dimensions of health, fitness, and high performance through the creation of products and the perfection of manufacturing. And also just product diversification. Like, oh, like I've noticed that I consume a lot of this. Well, how could I get involved in the sale of this so that I can just keep increasing the overall profit of the organization? Like Henry Ford, his waste management protocols, where he would like end up with like excess steel, so we'd either sell that or reuse that in different parts of manufacturing. I think, I mean, I'm really just starting with scratching my own itch here, and the supplements I think are like something like everyone needs. Like I use these things to perform at the highest level. Like I very much believe in these things, and like I couldn't get by without salt pills, without magnesium glycinate, without, I mean, the caffeine pills at the moment. Like I'm just very hooked on caffeine, have been for a while. Love caffeine, love how it helps me sleep. I love betaine, I love B vitamins. These things to me, like since I started taking B vitamins, my athletic performance has just gone up. Like B vitamins are like natural energy boosters, and ultimately I think that we can get rid of the need for taking a lot of vitamins by improving our food quality. But I haven't yet found a way to improve my food quality to the point where I don't benefit from vitamins, which is saying a lot because I eat raw liver, raw fish eggs, and only steak. Like only very fatty steak, and drink spring water. So if I haven't found a way to not need these things, then I think they're just here to stay. So woohoo. I mean, especially vitamin D. It's like, what are you going to do in the winter? If you just need more vitamin D genetically, you got to take vitamin D. You got to have some way of getting vitamin D. I get into like red light therapy. I get into like creating Florida rooms because like my wife has like she gets seasonal affective disorder like crazy. I just her upstairs. She's not home right now, but like she gets seasonal affective disorder like crazy. Like there's really no limit to the dimensions across which I can optimize this business for helping people. So, but supplements are what's here right now. Personal care products are what's here right now. So I'm planning getting these things out there as much as possible, using branding, like getting like really good branding campaigns to communicate good messages to people and like communicate like luxury feel, high end, because these are like the best supplements I could possibly make, best supplements on the market. Um, and doing the same and making like high quality packaging that people will keep and use. Like this bottle, like I use these for other supplements. They're just beautiful, gorgeous bottles. I want to make the bottles that everyone stores their weed in. Like I want to create uplifting products, create a good message for society. Maybe I'll eventually get into like entertainment and media and just make like really, really awesome, inspiring movies while having all of these products available to people and slowly growing to like grocery store chains, whatever. Honestly, like I want to like raise my kids in the business and then empower them to start whatever businesses they want under the same umbrella. So that creates multi-generational productizing as well. And I want to encourage all my employees to do similar things and create grant programs, because I feel like people are massively underutilized because they have health problems. And also, when you find an area that you can really make an impact in because there's a serious information deficit and you know what people need and what would really help, and you can just productize endlessly around that, then you're onto something. Like Ford with the car, like he was just like, I will make the best car. Like me right now with like food consumables, like personal care and consumables, I'm like, I will make the highest quality consumables that will not compromise your health and will benefit your health and are like packaged in the highest quality way possible, so you want to keep the packaging, get the most use out of that. My website and everything has information. I sell information as well. I give away information as well. You can go to my YouTube channel. You can watch me acting this stuff out day after day and see and get inspired that way and see this stuff implemented. I have a Facebook group that, I mean, people can go on the Facebook group and ask questions, and I'll answer them. So that community is kind of like less active because I'm not really doing anything with it, and I built it around kettlebell training. That's sort of how Facebook groups work, but it's still there. And, it may come back because of the long-term attention I'm generating with YouTube, because YouTube is also starting to take off now. So my YouTube channel is just like with views. So I keep making videos every single day, and that keeps me creative. It keeps me communicating business ideas, and also gives people a way to long-term invest. I mean, if you really are just so interested in what I'm doing that you're down to watch me every single day or most days, then I'll just tell you what it is I'm doing, because F it, like you earned it. Like if you're just gonna tune in to watch, cool, man. I think I do some cool stuff that people could learn a lot from, so I'll just share it all here. Like, been going back to body weight training because my back started hurting, so I'm just going back to like one arm push-ups, pull-ups, leg raises, a little bit of kettlebells, movement training, single leg squats, like roll up single leg squats, because I feel like body weight exercises are the best way to build long term, especially with kettlebells too. Like I don't really need the barbell as much. The barbell is very good for peaking, but for long term pain free movement, I mean, nothing beats body weight. So long term pain free movement there. You're putting my jiu-jitsu training up here. I got to go pee, so I'm kind of talking fast. But like just putting everything up here, I'm going to be documenting the entire, created a whole development timeline for the company. Probably be going over that tomorrow or Friday. Probably go over that Friday while making a little presentation for myself, formalizing the plan. I have branding stuff I'm going to be doing for TikTok, Instagram, Etsy, LinkedIn, YouTube channel. I really just want to communicate what it is I'm doing. I want to kind of create the most value ultimately and the most long-term impact. So start with just this series of videos optimizing my sleep, but I'll talk also about everything else I'm doing and the thought process for why I'm doing it, and why I'm sharing so much, and like why I'm like how much it's going to cost for this part of the business, various things like that, because eventually I'm going to be doing a Kickstarter as well, so I'll have to like break down costs in there as well. So ultimately, having people interested enough in my ideas to actually try to piece this together is actually helpful, because I can then use that to communicate for crowdfunding. I can ultimately my goal is just to make the highest quality products for the most people at the most affordable prices, and just continue increasing quality and decreasing price until I'm making like enzyme probiotic supplements that change your freaking like DNA expression in a month for like like $35. Like that's my highest end product that I'm making for that. People are like, that would cost me $150 just to make, without even like, they're like, how does he make that quality for that price? Like that's the point I want to get to with this. And really, yeah, so gotta continue eating ribeye, my beef only diet, to keep optimizing my sleep. Gonna kind of like meditate on this, work on the branding a little bit, like do a little branding research, write down some notes, work my planner, do some meditating, and then kind of tie the day off, sleep well, communicate with my business partner tomorrow about his ideas, formalize it all together by myself Friday, start implementing next week. At some point I'll go camping, meditate, jiu-jitsu training Thursday as well, jiu-jitsu training Saturday. I just gotta pee. Tune in tomorrow.